Hey YouTube, now I don't want to clickbait you, so let's get straight into the point of this video. The hardest game that I've ever played in my whole life is a Pokemon game. Yeah, it's a Pokemon ROM hack called Pokemon Radical Red. Granted, it is one of the most difficult Pokemon ROM hacks. It still doesn't justify being this high in the list. Like, no. Just the name Pokemon being related to the hardest games list would make me laugh if I heard this like a year ago. So yeah, when people told me that this game is absurdly difficult and it is difficult than most Soulsborne and Souls-like games, I opened their mouth and spit on it. But now I want to take that spit back and swallow it because I am wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong to laugh at them. This is indeed harder than every Soulsborne or Souls-like games that I've ever played. It is harder than Contra. This game is harder than Contra. Now yes, this might make a lot of people mad. Like, what do you mean it can't possibly be harder than Sekiro, right? You have to parry, man. You can parry. Like, you're comparing a game where you have to mash A to a game where you have to literally parry Ishin's lightning. Yeah, I am, and I'm saying that it's hard. I've beaten Sekiro multiple times. I've beaten almost every Souls-like and Soulsborne games multiple times. But this one, it's been day 25, and I still just finally beat the second gym leader. After 36 resets, and 300 Pokemons. And I swear to God, I haven't died 300 times in any of these Soulsborne games. Yes, when I tell you that I'm a different breed of gamer, I am. Okay, I am a good... I'm an amazing gamer. But even to me, this game is just crazy. And I'm also not a random playing it. Okay, I have been a Pokemon enthusiast since I was a kid. Since I was 2 years old, I've been loving Pokemon. And I'm not one of those Pokemon fans that buys the cards, collects it, and scalps it. No! When I buy Pokemon cards, I play it. Okay? I'm that kind of a Pokemon fan. But it had been a long time since I had played a Pokemon game, so my knowledge was kind of diminishing. But now my knowledge, I feel like, is up there. And I'm still struggling. Alright, let me get into some details that I might have missed. This is not a normal Pokemon game, okay? Obviously, it's one of the hardest Pokemon ROM hacks out there. And on top of that, I am doing a hardcore run, which means my level cap, there's a level cap basically. My level cannot exceed a certain number until I have beaten a certain trainer, which is usually a gym leader or your rival. Anyway, that makes it difficult because I can't overlevel my Pokemons and just sweep everything. And I'm also doing a randomized and a Nuzlocke run, which means, alright, let me tell you what randomized is. I mean, the name probably should tell you, but it's basically saying that the encounters, right? The Pokemon encounters are random, and they have random abilities too. So a patch of grass might have a Wailord, a literal whale, in a grass. And their abilities, which are very important in this game, by the way, because the AI is absurd. Okay, the AI is just, it's really good. Like, they can read your moves because obviously it can see the code, right? When you press a certain move, it knows what you're using and it uses a move based on that. Isn't that crazy? That just seems impossible. And sometimes I do feel hopeless. Like, in the span of 25 days here, I've felt hopeless a lot of times. So the strategizing should just be insane. It's like chess, because everything is spontaneous, right? And I also can only catch one Pokemon per route, which means if I'm in Route 1, I can only catch one Pokemon, and it has to be the first Pokemon that I see. See, now catching one Pokemon per route makes the whole thing way more difficult because, say I go from Route 1 to Route 6, right? And my first encounter in each route are like Wurmple, Metapods, or like Beldums, you know, good Pokemons that turn into absolute beasts, but doesn't evolve until like level 50. How do I even use them? Like, there's a level cap. I can't get them to level 50 before beating a gym leader. How do I beat that gym leader with these Pokemons? So my strategizing has to be, you know, out of this world. Now, on top of that, it's a Nuzlocke, right? So if one of my Pokemon faints, it's gone. It's gone forever. So say I have a Beldum, and I have to fight the second gym, say Misty. Now, my Beldum is not strong enough to beat Misty. However, if I had a Metagross, then it would be strong enough. And if I had a Metagross, then maybe the whole game, I could have just beaten the whole game. But I have a Beldum right now, so if my Beldum dies to Misty, then I can't use it later. Now, I don't have Metagross. I'll never have Metagross. So yeah, sometimes you'll have to sack strong Pokemons instead of the weak Pokemons, because its typing just doesn't work against a certain gym leader, right? Sometimes you just have to throw it out for it to tank some moves so your weaker Pokemon can defeat the gym leader. Now that creates a problem because my strong Pokemon is now dead, right? It's fainted. I can never use it. So if I do beat this gym leader, for the next gym, I'll have to fight with these weaker Pokemons, who, by the way, might not have the type advantage like it did with this current gym leader. But at the end of the day, I feel like I can beat this game. I feel like I'm close enough. I've beaten one of the hardest gym leaders, or so I've heard. Okay, Misty was apparently really hard to get past, but I did get past it. So today, maybe at 6 p.m. Pacific time, don't forget to check me out, by the way, I might actually beat Surge as well. Surge, by the way, is the third gym leader. So yeah, any of you Soulsborne enthusiasts are mad at this video, then go try the game for yourself, man. Go try it. Go play it in hardcore mode. Don't even randomize or Nuzlocke. Just hardcore mode. And come back to this video and tell me how you feel about it. However, there is a caveat here. If you do get extremely lucky, the game is going to be not that difficult. It's still going to be difficult. It's just not going to be that difficult. And I've seen some streamers get extremely lucky. So yeah, there's like two sides to this coin. But for me, till now, this is the hardest game that I've ever played. In my entire life, my 20 years of gaming, this has been the hardest game. Anyway, that's about it. Butterscotch out. Peace.